Hello, it's me. So, shout out to Navarra Media for their coverage. Uh, Today's topic: the billionaire who bet on the Tony Blair Institute. Shall we?
What does it feel like to be the richest man in the world for a day? Well, just ask Larry Ellison.
Veteran tech boss Larry Ellison, founder and top shareholder of software giant Oracle, has seen his net worth soar by $70 billion in one day. You heard that right. That's after Oracle reported surging revenues after the Wall Street bell, driven by AI demand for cloud computing. Mr. Ellison now has a net worth of $364 billion, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, after the biggest one-day jump in wealth ever recorded.
Yes, earlier this month, on the back of a bunch of deals with AI giants like OpenAI and a boost in Oracle shares, Larry Ellison was made the richest man in the world. He's since been overtaken again by his good friend Elon Musk, but he's still sitting on £360 billion. So what does a man with that much money spend his cash on? Well, according to a new report by Peter Gagan and Lucas Armin, he's spent $250 million of that on Tony Blair. The extraordinary sum has been invested in the Tony Blair Institute, or TBI, which shares Ellison's commitment to persuading governments to adopt technological solutions to problems as diverse as climate change, healthcare, and illegal immigration. And Blair has a...
Right, so there you go. Climate change, healthcare, and illegal immigration. Strange how those things are pretty much on everyone's minds at the moment. Climate change? Well, they renamed it climate change because global warming was being proven to be a sham. But climate change, it doesn't matter what the planet does. Temperature goes up, temperature goes down. It's climate change, and climate change can be labelled as good or bad. Healthcare, well, with all the private health companies, the large, what do they call it? Big pharma, corporate pharma. Well, we all know how that went a few years ago and how that's still playing out. And finally, illegal immigration. Dare I say problem, reaction, solution? Donald Trump said at the UN the other day that the world's obsession with open borders must end. It's ruining your various and respective countries. And one has to ask, if one inquires to any degree, was this intentional? Problem, reaction, solution. So let's just say, for argument's sake, total speculation, that there's a cabal of powerful people, CEOs, military personnel, government officials, and they're all part of a club. I don't know if they are part of a club, but they're all part of a club. They all know each other. Epstein. And so, knowing each other, they chat, they talk, they have conversations. And when powerful people have conversations, what you have to understand is they have the wherewithal to implement conversational topics. Problem, reaction, solution. So, as I said, let's just speculate, shall we? Let's pie in the sky speculation. That a group of people decide, let's have an open borders project. Let's flood countries with undesirable illegal immigrants. Let's get the left, who we've effectively hijacked into the liberal World Economic Forum agenda, to defend this illegal immigration and to enforce the open border policies. Let's whip up some violence. Let's get the various people of these countries aided and abetted by the various public publications, papers, periodicals, etc., news articles. Let's whip up some fear attached to that threat and in some cases actual violence, and let's provide a solution. The problem was illegal immigration. The reaction is our reaction to it, as I say, fueled by the various media outlets. And here comes the solution. In the UK, it appears to be ID cards for everyone, just to make sure that people who are working in the UK are legally working in the UK. Great idea, I hear some of you say. But in actual fact, we already have systems in place that prove that. And anyone who takes a 2-second glance at the ID system for the reasons that they're actually bringing it in for realizes that people who come in illegally on boats don't have any of the prerequisite documentation to allow them to do anything. They are, to all intents and purposes, easily identifiable. Once you have them, but that's part of the problem, isn't it? They all scurry away, at least the ones who are here for non-bona fide reasons, shall I say. I don't doubt there are people on those boats coming over who need help, and we should give them help. We absolutely should give them help. But as I've said, problem, reaction, solution. Always look behind the veil, the curtain that we're presented with. You've got Larry Ellison, you've got Tony Blair's sons who are running companies. Ewan Blair is running the company that will basically oversee the rollout of these mandatory IDs for the British citizenry. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I'll let you make your own mind up. But this is what an intelligence web looks like. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. And if you think it's good, great. And if you think it's bad, not so great. But, knowledge is power. Personally, I don't think it's great. Do I have any proof? No, of course I don't have any proof other than what's out there, other than the things that you are able to read also, if you take even a cursory glance at it. So I would be interested to know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share if you'd like. Until next time, this is me signing off. Do look after yourselves.